Good morning. Monday again. I think I titled this something like, let me see right now. I can't see it. Midwinter Monday flow or something. Feels like midwinter to me. It feels like winter to me. It's very dark. Last time I looked at the thermometer, it was 10 degrees. There's snow on the ground. It's just get that winter feel. I enjoy winter, so I like this morning. Let's start in an upright seat. Sukasana would be good. Meet me on your mat. Remember, you can always use blocks if you need to shift your pelvis up a little higher, allowing for that forward tilt so you can see in the side camera. If you're like this, you need something underneath you so you can bring yourself upright and the pelvis can tilt forward. You may even need to bring some things under your knees for support. You might even need to choose a different upright seat. Let's find that seat together and feel the sit bones. Feel the parts of you that are supported by the mat, supported by the earth, that stillness, that cold yin midwinter earth. Feel that power and that stillness and the cold. At the same time you're feeling the sensation in your sit bones, allow the crown of your head to grow upright. Shoulders get heavy, you just make more space between the tops of the shoulders and your earlobes. Just gently roll the shoulders a bit here. Just gently, just more of an awareness of where those shoulders are. And then find that place where you're right in that sweet spot. You're not rounded and you're not too far open either. A nice Goldilocks spot. Feeling the breath going now up and down the spine. Remembering the curves of the spine, that inward curve of the neck, the cervical spine, and then an outward curve of the thoracic spine, the rib cage spine, followed by an inward curve of the low back, the lumbar spine. And then finally a gentle outward curve that tucks under with the sacrum and the tailbone. See if you can picture the breath riding along those curves, even picture a pinpoint of light. Visualize that light as it travels up and down the spine. Two more breaths here for awareness, for centering, for connecting. Now take your palms palm up. On your inhale, reach up. Take your gaze up with your hands, and then as you reach the peak of your inhale, turn the palms. As the exhale begins, bring the arms down to the sides. Inhale. And exhale. One more of these. Inhale. And exhale the arms down to the sides. Again, let's roll the shoulders with a little more intention this time. See what kind of range of motion you can discover in your shoulders. And if your shoulders are like mine, you listen to the noise here. I got a lot of pops and cracks in my shoulders. Now go the other way. Inhale, arms up. On an exhale, take the right hand to the mat, take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, up and over with the right. Exhale, back down. And then as you inhale, a big swirl around. Big circle through the shoulder, exhale, return the hand. So that was one cycle. Here we go. Little lateral flexion and extension, and taking some time to wake up the shoulder. Let's do 3 more this side. Two more. Last one this side. And then back up to neutral. Let's take the second side. Left hand comes down, right hand to the outside of the left knee. We'll do our side bend, so up and over. Plant the hand and then that right hand, palm up. All the way around. See if you can keep your hand as you circle that arm in your line of sight, even if it's just in the peripheral vision. How big can you make that circle? I'll do one more. And then back to center. If you're in Sukasana with me, just switch the cross of your legs. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, open into goddess, but we're going to come into a back bend. So find your goddess and then send those elbows back as the chest comes forward, the pelvis comes forward, and the gaze lifts. As you exhale, bring the forearms forward to touch and round the spine. We'll do 4 more of these. Inhale and exhale. Reach through the crown of the head throughout this flow. So you don't just flop the head back there. You keep reaching and keep space between the cervical vertebrae. Let's do 1 more each way. And inhale the arms out and down. Let's circle those shoulders again. Let's take the fingertips to the tops of the shoulders. And first we'll be like little chicken wings here. So up and down. And then we'll add a twist with this. So as you come up, let's twist to the right. As the elbows come back down, face forward. You got it. Let's go to the left on an inhale, exhale forward. How about 3 more each way? Getting that nice twist into the spine. Make sure you're twisting all up and down the length of the spine. And getting some range of motion in the shoulders. We'll go 1 more in each direction. And then face forward again. Gently lay your hands on your thighs and using movement of the shoulders, I'm going to pull on my left knee so that left shoulder can reach towards the right. So coming into a bit of a twist and then go the other way, using your hand to press and help the twist. And then we'll add a little forward bend with this. Keep your sit bones anchored. Get a nice stretch in the side body, especially in the back of the side body. Let's go 1 more each way. And back up to center. Let's roll those shoulders again. Fingertips to the tops of the shoulders. Let's do big circles leading with the elbows. And reverse the direction here. And meet me in table. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's do some circling now. A little more awareness in the lower half of the body. And reverse the direction. And then back to table. Reach back with the right foot, come onto the ball of the foot, push back, reach through the heel, press through the heel, get a nice stretch in the calf muscles. Bend your knee just a wee tad. And then reach through the heel again. Before we leave here, keep reaching through the heel, but hover the left knee, left shin, left foot. And maybe even a little swing set movement of the shin. Let's try some circles here with that knee. So we're in kind of a three-legged plank now. Reverse the direction of the circles. And then float the shin, the knee, and the foot down. Now keep the right leg back there, but reach towards the ceiling with the heel. We're going to lift that leg up so it's in line with the pelvis. And then reach out with the left hand, thumb up. Draw the navel back towards the spine. So think of the front half of the torso when you're lifting it towards the back half. Now round through the back as you bring elbow to knee, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach long. Let's do 2 more of those. And back to table. Let's do some more circling. Reverse the direction. And back to table. Reach back with the left leg, ball of the foot. Push through the heel. Bend the knee just a little. Feel this shift. So you move from gastrocnemius to soleus, then push through the heel again. We're going to hover the right knee, right shin, right foot. Feel that engage your core. Keep that engagement. And then we'll kind of do a swinging movement of the shin. I think of a child swinging a tree, you know, a rope swing with a board. And then let's do some circles. And the other direction. Now float the knee, the shin, the foot down. Lift the left heel, reach up towards the ceiling, and then reach out with the right hand, thumb up. Bring the front half of the torso, lift it towards the back. Round the back, elbow to knee, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach long. 2 more. Back to table. Let's bring big toes together, knees wide. Sink back in a child's pose. Let the heart come to the mat. You can bring fists underneath the forehead. The forehead can come to the mat, maybe even a block. And breathe into those hips now. Maybe a little movement too. Maybe you kind of sway the hips. And then let it go. Find that stillness, like that midwinter stillness now. Now reach forward with your hands, come through table, adjust those knees, lift into down dog. And once you get here, like always, let's move and find some space. Swing your right leg back and up. Keep the leg long, but stack the hips. Keep the shoulders square to the mat, so you probably have to reach a little stronger through that right arm, dipping that right shoulder back down. Now square the hips to the mat again, and just reach out with the right leg, like you're trying to step on the wall. And then back to three-legged dog. Now step forward with the right foot. We're going to come up in a lunge, so make sure the feet are on railroad tracks. And rise up. Arms by the ears. Ooh, the sunrise is pretty out there. Now exhale, fold forward. Push the hands back. As you inhale, we're going to straighten that leg like we did the other day, maybe lifting up onto the heel. Remember, I'll remember quickly how hard this is to balance. And then back into your lunge, sweep the hands back. Let's do 2 more. Here's 1. 2. And this time we're going to fold forward, finding plank. Step your feet back. Drop your knees. Tops of the feet to the mat. Now we're going to bring our chest down and our chin down so your butt's up in the air. Hold here just for a second and feel this. And then lengthen forward with your heart as you lower your hips. We'll come up into a baby cobra. Now let's do 3 more of those with the breath. Exhale, come down. Inhale, baby cobra. Nice gentle low back bend. 2 more. And then meet me in down dog. Swing the left leg back and up. Keep the legs straight, stack the hips. Now unstack the shoulders, dropping that left shoulder down so the shoulders are square. Now square the hips and reach out with the left leg like you're trying to step on the wall. Keep the foot flexed. Now reach back to 3-legged dog again. As you exhale, round the back as you step forward into our lunge feet and rise up. Arms up by ears. Fold forward, push the arms back as you exhale. Inhale, straighten that leg, rise up. Maybe you lift your toes, come up onto your heel. Bend into the knee, fold forward, swing the arms back. 2 more of those. Is it easier on one side than the other to do this? 1 more. Frame the foot, plank, drop the knees. We'll come down chest, then chin, a little inchworm position, and then lengthen out. This time we're going to lift into a high cobra. And down. Let's do 3 more. So a little deeper back bend. Inhale, rise up. And exhale down. 2 more. Remember to press into the base of the index finger and thumb to help the wrists out in these weight-bearing postures. Grip the mat with your fingertips. Tuck the toes. Down dog. Swing your right leg back and up. Now bend the knee. Stack the knee or stack the hips with the knees bent. Look under your left armpit. Maybe you can see the right toes. You can wiggle them like we do with our hand. Kind of wave at yourself with your toes. Stack the hips. Keep the knee bent, and we're going to do circles through the hip. So we'll shift kind of forward and back from plank to down dog. Maybe you'd like to reverse the direction. Round the back, step it forward. Lunge. Make sure you're on railroad tracks. Bring your arms up by your ears. Now we're going to drop the left hand forward and swing the right hand back, coming into a twisted lunge. Reach in both directions. Now stay in this twist and fold forward. You can bring a block under your hands or bring that hand right down to the ground. Keep breathing. Keep the shoulders stacked. So it's almost like you're leaning back in this. Now make sure that back leg is way back there. I'm going to bring you into a side plank. So your left leg is back. I want you to roll to the pinky toe edge of that foot and then swing that right leg back there. You can keep your legs kind of apart like mine are, or stack the legs. 3 more breaths, building strength in the shoulders. Now unwind, find plank. Come to the knees, then the chest, then the chin. And we'll find our way back to a rolling cobra. So let's do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. And float the forehead down. Lift into plank. And then to down dog. Swing the left leg back and up. Bend the knee. And let's do some circles. So you'll be shifting forward and back from a 3-legged dog to a 3-legged plank. Circling through the hip. Do several in one direction, then reverse. And step it forward. Finding our lunge, rise up. Make sure you're on railroad tracks. And make sure that back leg is back there. Arms by ears. Now the right hand goes forward as the left hand opens to the back, coming into a twist. Reach in both directions. Stay in the twist but fold. Bringing the right hand to the mat and the left hand reaches up. Lay back in this. And then we'll work our way into our side plank. So the right leg's back, we're going to roll to the pinky toe edge and then get that left leg back there. I have to go back in little hops. We'll take 3 more breaths here in our side plank. One more. Shaking is good. Unwind, plank. Let's drop the knees. Keep the knees hip distance apart, and we'll come back in a child's pose. Bring your forehead to the mat, but tuck your chin a little bit. I'm not going to keep my chin tucked because of the microphone here, but I want you to keep the forehead to the mat and then reach back there and see if you can grab your heels and let your shoulders hang. Now the breath will be felt in the back body. Just be curious about the change in sensation. And maybe even shifting your focus to the front of the torso and how it feels as it's kind of restrained as you inhale. And then feel that bring expansion to the back. 2 more. Now reach forward, down dog. Shift your right leg back and up. Step it forward, round the spine, coming up into a lunge again. Make sure that back leg, so it'll be your left leg, is way back there. We'll come into the twisted lunge again, reaching back with the right arm, forward with the left. Come into your folded twist, so bring the left hand to the mat. Now drop that back knee. Bend the back knee, so that'll be your left. And if it's ouchy on the knee, see if you can reach back a little longer with the leg so you're more above the kneecap. Now swing that right hand back there and see if you can catch your left ankle. Coming into a twist. I'm not even really sure what you call this. Now without letting the shin just fly back to the mat, see if you can control that. Float the shin down. Sink the pelvis lower and come into lizard. So now we're going to untwist the torso. The hands are on the inside of that right foot. You can play here a little bit. Or maybe start to go deeper. Maybe even come down onto the forearms. Settle into this stillness, that midwinter stillness. Now turn the right toes out, and if you're on the forearms with me, and really even if you're not, you're going to stay on the left supporting arm. So I'm on forearm. I'm going to take my right hand to my right knee, coming into this lizard twist. You can even drop that right knee open and take the right hand behind you and take a half bind. Unwind. Both hands come to the inside of that front foot. Now tuck the toes of the left and see if you can swing back up into a three-legged dog. And then float the foot down to down dog. Lift the left leg back and up. We're going to step it forward. Nice wide stance in your lunge. Rise up. We'll take our twist. And then fold forward in your twist. Reach way back there with that leg. Breathe. Now drop the back knee. That'll be your right. Make sure the kneecap's all right. Bend the knee, reach back there. See if you can find your foot, your ankle, something. And turn the heart to the left. Without slingshotting the shin, float the shin back down. Swing that left arm up and around. If you need to make space here for the hands, you can heel toe this left foot open a bit. And play a little up and down with the pelvis. So we're coming into a deeper stretch. Maybe you start to walk the hands out to come into your lizard. That could be where you stay. If that's where you stay, you can do the same twisting here. Or maybe you come to your forearms and do your twist from here. And breathe. Stay strong in that right elbow though. Push the earth away. Don't let yourself just drop down into the shoulder socket. Unwind. Tuck the toes of the right foot. Let's come back to plank. Finding plank. Shift yourself so your shoulders are a little further forward of the wrists. Then flip the feet so the tops of the feet are on the floor. Lower the hips, come into up dog. Tuck the toes, down dog. Drop the knees. Child's pose. This time, keep the knees hip distance apart. But I want you to tuck your chin towards your chest and even shift the weight forward onto the knees a bit as you come more to the top of the head. Now reach back for your heels. And breathe. Now stay on the top of the head, but bring the forearms forward. Keep the toes tucked, and then start to lift the hips. Push down into the earth with the forearms and the elbows. I don't have any weight on my head. And then exhale, fold down. Slither forward and find crocodile. And once you get here, maybe a little windshield wiper or circling of the shins. And then let it go, just relax. Bring the forehead to the mat. Line the legs up with the hips. Hands by shoulders. Press into plank. Down dog. 2 giant steps forward, top of the mat. Keep the knees bent. Let the head hang, let the arms hang. On an inhale, either fingertips to the ground or to your shins or to your thighs. We're going to lengthen and lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Now heel toe the feet until the toes come together, the big toes. Now set your butt back like you're going to sit in a chair. Keep the butt back here and lift the arms up by the ears. So we just made our way to chair pose Utkatasana. Oh, that sunrise is so pretty. Breathe. Now here, let's exhale, fold forward, reach back. Inhale, come up into chair. Maybe you come up onto tiptoes. Exhale. Like Superman's cape, we're going to fold forward, reach back. Inhale, chair, up on the tiptoes. I'll do 2 more of these. Here's 1. And 2. Now bring your hands to heart. We're going to heel toe the feet to the corners of the mat, turning the feet outward. You can play a little with the knees. Let's come into a high squat first. So without laying a lot of weight onto the thighs, it's just a place for the arms to rest. Let's lengthen through the spine, both directions. Taking a little twist, take the right hand down to the mat. Left hand can come to the left. Let me go this way. I think I did not mirror you. Take the left hand behind you. Take that half bind. Unwind, take the second side. Now you can stay in this squat or find your way to Malasana with me. So a nice deep Yogi Squat. I generally need to remind my hips to open a little more so I can drop fully into this. Trying to get the feet on the floor and then bring the hands to heart center. And if you push the hands together, push the upper arms out into the knees, you'll lengthen through the spine. And it brings some stability to this. Now let's take the right hand way out there. Take the left hand to the left knee. Take a little twist. And then see if we can take a bind. So right thumb down, reach around. Take that left arm behind you and bind. And breathe. Unwind. We'll take the second side. Left arm way out there. Take the right hand to the right knee. Start working your way into this bit of a twist. Now the left thumb down, so there's an internal rotation of the arm. Reach back there. The palm faces outward. The back of the hand will come to your hip. And then take the right hand back there and see if you can find Ganesha Mudra. Kind of linking the fingers. Unwind. And sit back. Find a seated position. Let's come into Badakonasana. It's kind of a natural transition here. Come up onto your sit bones again. Take your ankles and pull on the ankles so you can bring your pelvis forward. Open those shoulders. Heart lifts a bit. Reach up through the crown of the head. Squeeze your glutes together, and you can even see the knees kind of drop. You're creating an external rotation in the thighs and a little more space. We're going to move from the hip creases only, so not rounding through the back. Leading with the heart like you have a stick down the spine. You have a broomstick along the back. You can use the forearms to gently push the knees open. And then if this feels good in your body, you can let go and around the forehead and release. And fingertips come down to the earth. Let's extend the right leg out long and bring the sole of the left foot to the mat. Bring some weight onto that left foot, like you want to rise up in a pistol squat. Maybe someday I'll get strong enough to do that. Take your right elbow around your left knee. Maybe you hang on to forearms here, or take the left hand behind you and breathe. Now facing forward, let's open the left knee like the page of a book. Sole of the foot to the inside of the thigh, or tuck the foot underneath the thigh. My favorite way, keeps a little bend in my knees. Flex the foot. Reach up with the left arm and dramatically reach over to the outside of the right foot. Folding forward, breathing. See if you can keep that inner curve, that forward tilt of the lumbar spine, even if you have to lift up a bit to find it, and then melt down. That'll be a huge difference. And then rising up again. Let's switch legs. So extend the left leg out long, bring the right foot to the mat. Then like you're gonna stand on that foot, wrap the left arm around. And this can be a nice twist. You don't have to go really deep into a twist this morning. But if you'd like it a little deeper, swing that right hand back there, push down into the mat, lengthen through the spine, drop the shoulders away from the ears, turn and look over the right arm. Breathe. Now facing forward, let's open the right knee. You can bring the sole of the foot along the inside of the thigh, or tuck the foot. Forward tilt of the pelvis, reach up with the right arm, and a dramatic bow forward, reaching to the outside of the left foot, the left leg. And then rise up again, bend both knees, keep the knees together, the feet together. We're going to curl up into a little ball, try to balance on the sit bones. Kind of like our child's pose, but we're on the sit bones now instead of the shins. Breathe. Coming into boat from here, we're already balanced. Lift the shins, bring the arms out long. And then try to come down slowly. And release. Walk the feet wide, left and right edges of the mat. Do some windshield wipers. Arms are just laying out on the floor, someplace comfortable. Now draw the knees towards the chest and don't use the hands. And start to circle, but with some intention. So the intention now is to use the weight of the legs and the movement of the legs to massage the low back. Imagine that there's a clock face underneath you, and you've got to touch each one of the numbers on the face of the clock, reverse the direction, maybe we'll turn back time. And then come to stillness, keep the knees lifted, the thighs drawn to the belly. Now reach up for the knees. We're going to curl up here. And breathe. Now slide your hands underneath your knees. Lower the spine. Bring the back of the head to the mat. Open the knees wide. Let's do some circling through the ankles. Moving through the toes. And then taking a little more structure to this, coming into happy baby. You're going to take your shins, You can take your shins for a little bit, and then maybe you want to go deeper, taking the feet. Once you've settled into this, see if you can keep the back on the mat, keep the toes turned outward, and soften into this hip stretch. And we'll kind of roll back and forth out across the spine. So happy baby, imagine you're a happy baby. Rocking side to side, straightening one leg, bending the other. Come to stillness once more. Take your ankles this time. Bring the soles of the feet together. Use your forearms to open up the knees. So coming into a flying Badakonasana. Now release your ankles. Keep that shape in the legs and try to float the feet down so the pinky toe edge of the feet support you as they arrive to the mat. Now take your hands underneath your head and stack the hands and then cup your palms so you can rest your head into the hands. The elbows and the knees are kind of a mirror image of each other. And I think it always feels good to kind of tick-tock the knees side to side here. And one limited time, so one leg straightens out and we'll end up kind of in a star shape. So the legs end up wide, the arms end up wide, whatever is comfortable for you. I gotta get my blocks out of the way here. And then we'll settle into stillness for a bit. Feel the breath go up and down the spine in this shape. Every exhale brings a little more relaxation, a little more release, a little more surrender to that midwinter stillness. As the breath deepens, bring movement back into the body in small ways that lead to bigger ways, whatever feels right for you. I always like a good morning stretch with a nice inhale. And exhale, draw the knees to the chest. And this morning, why don't we just curl up and rock up to a seated position. Back where we started. Oh, it's daylight out there now. Funny how that happens. Let's reach up one more time together. Gather what you need from that pretty winter sky. Exhale. Draw your hands home to your heart. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, a peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. I will be back Friday morning, 7 a.m. I'll see you there. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great week.